Jared was born into a family of boxers. His grandfather had been a professional boxer in his youth, and his father had followed in his footsteps, competing in local tournaments and passing on his love of the sport to his son. From the time he was a young boy, Jared knew that he wanted to be a boxer. He would watch his father train at the gym and practice his moves in front of the mirror, dreaming of one day stepping into the ring himself. When Jared was 12 years old, his father took him to a local gym to begin training. It was a small, run-down place, but to Jared, it was a temple of sorts, a place where he could learn the skills he needed to become a champion. At first, Jared's training was basic. He learned the proper stance, the different punches, and the basics of footwork. But as he got older, he began to take his training more seriously. He would spend hours at the gym, practicing his moves over and over until they became second nature. By the time Jared was 16, he was competing in local tournaments, quickly building a reputation as a talented and dedicated boxer. He had a natural instinct for the sport, and his quick reflexes and powerful punches set him apart from his competitors. Jared's dream was to one day compete at the highest level, to become a champion boxer like his idols Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, but he knew that to get there, he would have to work harder than anyone else. He began to push himself even harder, running miles every day to build up his endurance, lifting weights to build up his strength, and studying tapes of his opponents to learn their weaknesses. But despite his hard work and dedication, Jared faced numerous setbacks along the way. He lost fights he should have won, suffered injuries that kept him out of the ring for months, and struggled with doubts and insecurities about whether he had what it took to make it to the top. But through it all, Jared refused to give up. He knew that setbacks were just part of the journey, and that true champions were made not just by their successes, but by how they bounced back from their failures. In one particularly difficult fight, Jared faced an opponent who was much larger and stronger than he was. He knew that he would have to rely on his speed and quick reflexes to win, but even that might not be enough. The fight was brutal. Jared was knocked down several times, but each time he got back up, his determination only growing stronger. He dug deep and found the strength to keep fighting, delivering powerful punches and dodging his opponent's attacks with lightning-fast reflexes. In the end, Jared emerged victorious, his face battered and bruised but his spirit unbroken. It was a hard-won victory, but one that proved to himself and to the world that he had what it took to be a champion. Jared continued to train hard and fight with everything he had. He faced new challenges and obstacles along the way, but he never lost sight of his ultimate goal, to become a champion boxer. And one day, that dream became a reality. Jared stepped into the ring to face off against the reigning champion, a fierce and formidable opponent who had never been defeated. But Jared was ready. He had trained harder than ever, studied his opponent's every move, and visualized his victory countless times in his mind. The fight was intense, with both boxers trading powerful blows and dodging each other's attacks. But in the end, it was Jared who emerged victorious, his arms raised in triumph as the crowd roared with applause. Jared had achieved his dream, but he knew that it was only the beginning of a new chapter in his life. He continued to train and compete, always striving to be the best he could be. As his fame grew, Jared became more than just a boxer. He became a role model for young people all over the world who dreamed of achieving their own goals. He traveled the country, speaking to young athletes and sharing his story of hard work, determination, and the will to win. Jared's legacy as a boxer was cemented when he retired from the sport, having achieved numerous titles and accolades. But even in retirement, he continued to inspire others, using his platform to give back to his community and support charitable causes. Looking back on his journey, Jared knew that it was the obstacles he had faced, the setbacks, the injuries, the doubts, that had made him the champion he was today. They had tested his will to win, but they had also strengthened his resolve and made him more determined than ever to succeed. For Jared, the will to win wasn't just about being a champion in the ring, it was a way of life. It was about never giving up, even when things got tough, and always striving to be the best version of yourself. And he hoped that his story would inspire others to embrace that same spirit of determination and never give up on their own dreams.